Nothing makes burn players flaccid quite as fast as life gain, so today we're going to build a burn deck around the new card Rampaging Ferocidon. The card does a lot for 3 mana, but the highlight is definitely that players can't gain life, and that's why this card is perfect for burn decks. But from the moment that this card was announced, a lot of burn players seem to write this card off as unplayable, and I think this happened for 2 reasons. The first reason is that this card costs 3 mana, which is quite a bit for a burn deck, especially since burn decks are supposed to be able to handle 1 land opening hands, and the second reason is that the most commonly played burn deck right now is Boros Burn, and a key card for all Boros Burn decks is Lightning Helix. So the conclusion that a lot of burn players reached was that Lightning Helix and Ferocidon can't be in the same deck, and therefore Ferocidon is unplayable. But what a lot of people seem to forget is that not that long ago, burn decks were heavier in green than they were in white. So in a deck like Atarka Burn where there's no Lightning Helixes, I think Ferocidon is very much playable. And one of the biggest benefits of running green in a burn deck is Atarka's Command, which I personally think is just as good as Lightning Helix and Boros Charm. The benefit of Atarka's Command is that you can use it like Skullcrack for when your opponent actually has life gain, but as an added bonus, it allows you to pump all your creatures and give them reach. And having green in the deck also gives you access to Destructive Revelry, which is a fantastic card against both artifacts and enchantments. But even without Lightning Helix, is it still worth having Ferocidon in a burn deck? And I say absolutely, because as I'm sure most burn players know, if your opponent has a lot of life gain, then prepare your Sphincter because the odds are stacked against you. For example, if your opponent gains 4 life, you will need to draw an extra Lightning Bolt and more just to counteract that single source of life gain. And Ferocidon provides a reliable answer for this life gain in that, unlike Skullcrack, it's a permanent. So your opponent will be forced to deal with Ferocidon at some point. And yes, your opponent could just use removal on Ferocidon, but with so many other good creatures in burn decks, like Eidolon, your opponent's usually out of removal by the time Ferocidon comes out. Plus, no one really expects the Ferocidon because no one's really playing it. And Ferocidon also provides a reliable answer for the other things that typically give burn decks trouble, such as Leyline of Sanctity and Chalice of the Void. It helps against Chalice because it doesn't cost 1 or 2, and it helps against Leyline of Sanctity in that, unlike burn spells, you don't need to target your opponent. And as an added bonus, every time a creature enters the battlefield, its controller takes 1 damage. So cards like Aether Vial, which are able to get around Eidolon, will still cause your opponent to lose life. And the same goes for Collected Company. But how good Ferocidon is yet to be seen. That's why in this video, we're going to test it out in 10 matches and see how the deck does. And here's the deck. It's red-green Atarka Burn. It has most of the cards that you typically find in a Boros Burn deck, like Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt, Searing Blaze, Rift Bolt, Goblin Guide, Monastery, Eidolon, and Grim Lavamancer. But instead of Skullcracks, Lightning Helixes, and Boros Charms, we have Ferocidon and Atarka's Command, as well as 2 other cards, Become Immense and Shrine of Burning Rage. Both cards are pretty gangster, with Become Immense giving a creature +6/+6, and Shrine of Burning Rage, which works extremely well when you drop it on turn 2 against control players. As for the sideboard, we have 3 Relic of Progenitus, 4 Graveyard Hate, we also have Searing Blood for creature decks, 4 Destructive Revelries, 3 Molten Rains for Tron decks, a Smash to Smithereens, and a Ensnaring Bridge, and 2 Harsh Mentors. Destructive Revelry is definitely the best card in the sideboard, but Harsh Mentor can also be good against decks with activated abilities like Taxes, and also counters Company, where Harsh Mentor will prevent them from doing their infinite combo. But enough talk, let's get to the gameplay, and if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe, let me know in the comments that you like the video, because the more feedback I get from you guys, the better I can make the content. But without further ado, here's the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy it. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep, drop in Goblin Guide, swing in, and it looks like we're up against control. We'll go ahead, drop in Monastery, swing with both. Does our opponent have a bolt? Yep. Then we'll go ahead, suspend Rift Bolt, and pass the turn back. Opponent passes it back to us. They're probably going to remand our Rift Bolt. Yep. Remand. Then we'll go ahead, swing in with Goblin Guide, and now that they're tapped out, we'll use the Atarka's Command. Opponent goes to 8, suspend the Rift Bolt, and pass the turn back. Opponent drops a Steam Vent untap. I'm thinking Lightning Bolt and Remand. Mana Leak. I think we'll actually pay it. Yeah, we pay it. Oh. Swing in for 2. Ooh, Opponent goes to 1. We'll attempt to finish him off now. And there's game 1. Alright. Going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 3 Searing Blazes to put in 3 Relic, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, 3 lands. We have Ferocidon, Eidolon. I think that's pretty good. We'll keep. Another land. We'll go ahead, suspend Rift Bolt, and pass the turn back. Rift Bolt comes down, another land. We'll attempt to drop in Eidolon, but we know it's gonna get countered. Yep, and that's a hard counter. Pass the turn back. And we miraculously pull another land and Vendilion Clique comes down. What luck. Opponent takes the Ferocidon. We'll go ahead and kill Vendilion and pass back to our opponent. Opponent passes back. We pull a Ferocidon. Since all of his lands are untapped, I'm just going to pass back, cycle Sweltering Suns, and drops in Batterskull. Alright, good thing Ferocidon prevents life gain. So go ahead, drop in Ferocidon, and pass the turn back. Opponent swings for 4, no blocks. We take 4, opponent passes back to us. What are the odds they have Snapcaster or another Vendilion? Well, I guess we'll go for it. Swing in. No blocks from our opponent. Could drop in a target, but I'm just going to hold back. They go to 14, pass the turn. Maybe should have dropped Monastery there, because now we could attack with that, but I wonder what's in his hand. Opponent swings for 4, passes back to us, and another Atarka. Oh well, I guess what we'll do, we'll drop in Monastery and attempt to go for a double Atarka. I imagine he'll double block the Ferocidon. Blocks Monastery. Alright, we'll attempt one Atarka. Drops a Snapcaster for a mana leak, I imagine. Yep. And we'll go ahead and use a second Atarka. That does it. Batterskull Germ dies. Opponent goes to 6 and we'll pass the turn back. He's actually pretty close to killing us. Opponent swings in for 2 and drops a Sweltering Suns. Nice. We might still be able to get him. We'll go ahead, use Lava Spike. Opponent goes to 3 and then we'll drop in Eidolon and pass the turn back. Opponent drops in Batterskull, passes back, and there's a Lava Spike. Alright, well, thank you Ferocidon for turning Batterskull into a lifelinkless 4/4 thingamabob. I guess they could have Cryptic to stop it, but I doubt they do. Nope, there's the match. Alright, cool. So pretty good start. We'll see how the rest of them go. Opening hand isn't that great, but we will keep. Can't play anything, pass a turn. More lands. And we could drop Eidolon, but I think the best thing to do would be to drop Searing Blaze to slow down our opponent's ramp, and then pass a turn. And it looks like it's a human deck. We'll drop in Eidolon and pass a turn. Opponent drops the Mayor and swings for 4. Another Searing Blaze. So we'll go ahead, take out these 2 hoes. Opponent goes down to 8, we'll swing in, put him at 6. Opponent drops another Mayor. Opponent swings for 5, no blocks. And that'll do it. Here's a Lava Spike, and we'll go ahead, swing in, just to give him the illusion that he can get out of it. Opponent blocks, doesn't matter. Target's command, and we got it. On to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 1 Lava Spike, 1 Shrine, put in 1 Bridge, and 1 Searing Blood. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Start off with Monastery, swing for 1, Thalia, and we'll go ahead, fake our opponent out, swing in for 1, no blocks, and we'll finish up with Eidolon and pass the turn. Opponent drops Thalia's Lieutenant, swings for 3, no block, another land. We'll go ahead, swing in with both, no blocks from our opponent, and we'll finish up with Searing Blaze to take out Thalia. Opponent goes to 7, pass the turn, collect a company, Meddling Mage. What will he name? I'd go with Lightning Bolt because we haven't played any yet. Great minds think alike. Opponent swings for 7, and now we're in a bit of a tight spot, and I think our best shot at winning is to swing with both and hope he doesn't block. And as to not raise any red flags, I'm gonna drop in the Bloodstained Mire. I was opposed to Stomping Ground, so he doesn't suspect become immense, and we'll swing in. Shoot. Well, looks like we're on to game 3. No changes to sideboard. Opening hand 4 lands. I'm gonna mull this. This looks better. We'll keep. Drop in the Goblin Guide, swing in for 2. Drops a Ramper. We'll swing in again for 2, and then drop an Eidolon to keep him from dumping his hand. Or if he does dump his hand, we'll punish him, but yeah, you get the idea. Thalia. Pull Copperline Gorge. We'll use Searing Blaze, and swing in for 4. Opponent goes to 5, and we got the damage in hand to kill him. So I think this is it. Reflector Mage? Nope, collect a company. And there's Reflector Mage. Opponent passes back to us, we Lava Spike him, and there's the match. Alright, pretty cool. Now, on to the next one. 4 lands in the opening hand, don't want to keep that. Yeah, this can work. Put this on the bottom, and I'm guessing this is Ad Nauseam. Start things off with Lava Spike and pass the turn. Yep. Ad Nauseam's actually a pretty rough matchup for us because Phyrexian Unlife makes it really hard to finish them off. Still no creatures, that blows. Might as well drop in the Shrine and pass the turn back. There's Phyrexian Unlife. Drop a Lava Spike and pass the turn back. They would have to have a really bad hand to not win at this point. Still no creatures, pass the turn back. Opponent passes back to us, we'll Lightning Bolt. Finally, a creature, we'll drop it in. Swing in, use a Target's command. Opponent's at 2, pass the turn back. Shoot, Ad Nauseam. For a second I thought we might get there, and we got to the Shrine to 8, and we could use that to finish him off even with Phyrexian Unlife out. Too bad, too bad. On to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 4 Searing Blazes, 1 Ferocidon, put in 4 Destructive Revelries, and 1 Smash to Smithereens, and with that, let's go to game 2. We're missing a way to produce green, but other than that, the hand's okay. So we'll keep Leyline. So if we hit green, we should be fine. Swing for 1, drop in Eidolon, and pass the turn. Visions? Alright, cool. Stomping Ground, so we finally have a way to produce green. We'll swing in, use the Tarkus command. Opponent goes to 9, and we'll also suspend the Rift Bolt. If they don't play Phyrexian Unlife, we can kill the Leyline on our next turn before the Rift Bolt resolves, and we'll go from there. Opponent passes back. Maybe they have Angel's Grace? We'll go ahead and kill Leyline. Okay. Hit our opponent for 3. Another one. Swing in for 2. And they concede. Alright. Yeah, because we would have swung in for 2 and then used Lava Master to finish them off. So it looks like we're going to game 3. No changes to sideboard. Opening hand, 4 lands. We're going to mold this. Oh, no lands. Mold that. And I guess we're keeping this. Land on top. Opponent suspends 2 Lotus Blooms. We'll drop a Goblin Guide, swing in for 2. Opponent goes to 18. Visions, another land. Dropping Goblin Guide. Opponent goes to 14. We'll suspend Rift Bolt, pass the turn back. Is this Unlife? Shit. Well then, swing for 4. Drop a Lava Spike, and then we'll pass the turn back. Visions, and opponent drops Leyline. That blows for us. Swing in for 4, and pass the turn back. So weird seeing our opponent exactly at 0. We want to bolt this guy now. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and bolt him. Alright, pull Eidolon, swing in for 4, drop in Eidolon, and then pass the turn back. Honestly, I'm not really sure how we're still alive, because they have the Unlife and the Leyline, so like, shouldn't that be it? Oh, and they concede. Wow. I guess they just didn't have the hand to finish us. That was pretty lucky though. Most of the time when Ad Nauseam's in a position like this, they can finish us pretty easily. So that was just a bit lucky for us. But but I guess the win's a win. So on to the next one. Opening hand, 1 land hand, but I think our hand's pretty good. So we'll keep and hope we hit a second one. Watery Grave is this Grixis. Oh, Slivers, cool. No land for us, but we'll drop in Goblin Guide. Swing in for 2, and pass the turn back. The Fusion Sliver, it's gonna make the Searing Blades kind of hard to pull off. Still no land. We'll drop in a second Goblin Guide. Swing for 4. Opponent goes to 10, pass the turn. It's a new Sliver. Opponent passes back. Gee, still no land. Swing in for 4. No blocks from our opponent. We'll drop in a Lava Spike, and we might actually be able to get it because they're 1 bolt away from being finished off. Opponent swings in for 2. Passes back. We'll go ahead and drop a Lava Spike in. See if he has an answer to it. And nope, we're going to game 2. Pretty crazy that we won that one with a 1 land hand, but I guess that's burn for you. Going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 1 Shrine, 1 Lava Spike, and put in 1 Ensnaring Bridge, 1 Searing Blood, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Opponent mulls to 5. Ouch. Drops in the Flyer again. And we'll start things off with Goblin Guide, swinging for 2. Opponent's at 15, pass the turn. Vial. No attacks from our opponent. That's a bit odd. We'll go ahead and swing in for 2 again. Drop in the Eidolon and pass the turn back. Still no attacks from our opponent. Did they just give up, or I don't know what's happening. I guess let's try Searing Blood on this. Is this like a trap, or? Alright, goes through. Swing in for 4. Opponent vials in another one. Opponent must have had a really bad opening hand. It's really unfortunate. Darn. Alright, I was looking forward to seeing more Slivers, but things don't always go as planned. With burn, there's little wiggle room, so that's just how it goes sometimes. But on to the next one. Opening hand, 4 lands, a little bit too much, so we're gonna mull. And we'll keep this. Hopefully we'll get a land on the scry. Nope. Bottom this, and it looks like it's Tron. Swinging with Goblin Guide, Batterskull. Opponent drops Chalice, okay. Gee, thanks. Well, at least we hit another land. Swing for 2, drop Eidolon, and then we'll pass the turn back. Mindstone. We might still have a shot here, even with Chalice out. We'll swing in with both. Got a Thought-Knot Seer on top, and we'll go ahead and use a Tarkus Command. Opponent goes to 5, we'll suspend Rift Bolt, and then we'll pass the turn. Batterskull. Oh man, where's Frostodon when we need him? Shoot. Searing Blades can put him down to 1, but that's not going to be good enough. We'll pass the turn back. Opponent swings in. I guess we'll double block. Opponent goes back to 6 and drops in Chalice for 2. Okay. So pretty much we can pull Ferocidon or Rift Bolts, but otherwise we can't play anything else in our deck. Thought not. Alright, let's put an end to this. Let's go to game 2. Going to game 2, we're going to make a lot of changes. We're going to get rid of 1 Shrine, 4 Searing Blazes, 1 Grim Lavamancer, 1 Eidolon, 4 Lava Spikes, put in 1 Bridge, 3 Molten Rains, 1 Destructive Revelries, 1 Smash to Smithereens, and 2 Harsh Mentors. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. We'll start things off with Goblin Guide and pass the turn back. Expedition Map. Then we'll go ahead, drop in Monastery, swing in for 3, and drop a Lightning Bolt. Opponent goes to 11, pass the turn. Mindstone. Swing in for 3. Opponent goes to 8. There's a Chalice on top. We'll drop in the Eidolon. And if he drops in a Chalice for 1, I guess it's not going to get to that. We're going to game 3. No changes to sideboard. 1 land hand, but we have the Revelry, the Frostodon. We have like everything we need, just minus the land. But I guess we'll keep and hope for a land. Yep, there's the land. Drop in Monastery. Swing for 1. Oh boy, 2 Tron lands already. We'll swing in, bolt our opponent, and then suspend the Rift Bolt, and pass the turn. Thought-Knot Seer, ouch. Takes the Ferocidon, Rift Bolt our opponent, and might as well swing in and see if he wants to trade. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he does it. But actually we can use the Revelry to kill the Mind Stone, and then fetch for Lightning Bolt, and then we draw a card from that. It's a Tarkus Command. Oh man, that was a bad block on our opponent's part. And he just looked at our hand too, so it's like, shouldn't he have known we were gonna do that? Opponent drops the Ballista, kills Monastery. Ah, darn, land. Alright, pass the turn back. Opponent drops another Mind Stone, and opponent drops this. It's a bit strange. Back to our turn. Nice, we got Ferocidon, my new BFF. Blocking Ballista. Oh. Opponent takes 1, and the Ferocidon dies. Darn. Will our opponent attack? Nope, and we'll go ahead and fetch, just so there's 1 less card in our deck. Pull Become Immense, well that doesn't help us. Pass the turn back, Thought-Knot Seer, so in response we use the Tarkus Command. Opponent goes to 2, we lose the Become Immense. Opponent swings for 7, we'll take 7. Alright, can we do it? Eidolon, well that's the start. Drop an Eidolon, pass the turn. Opponent swings for a lot, we're gonna have to block like this, or otherwise we'll lose. Alright, get 1 more pull at this. 2 to 2, bolt or no bolt. Ah, it's a bolt! I called it. Alright, let's finish this. And boom, alright, sweet. It's always nice to go 5-0, but I can't help but feel like it was not a very satisfying 5-0 because I really wanted to see more of the Frostodon, and the Frostodon is just so good, but this league just did not do it justice. We didn't pull it all that much, even though there's 4 copies in the deck. But in testing the deck leading up to this league, the Frostodon was doing work. It was doing some work, and my subscribers deserve to see that. So we're doing another league. This time will be a competitive league rather than a friendly league, and hopefully Frostodon will come out to play more often. So let's get to it. No lands here. Let's mull. 1 land. Yeah, I guess we'll keep it. All right, good. Land on top. We'll start things off with Rift Bolt suspended and pass the turn. Thalia. Oh boy. Definitely definitely bolt worthy. We pull Monastery, so drop in Monastery, swing in for 1. We got an Arbiter and Path to Exile, sure. And we'll go ahead, drop an Eidolon and pass the turn. Could have dropped in the Shrine, but I think Eidolon's a better value right now. Opponent swings in, no blocks at the moment, and a Thalia. We had a second Eidolon. Probably should bolt it so we can make way for some other stuff. So we'll pass the turn back. Opponent swings in, we'll bolt Thalia. Probably should have attacked last turn and dropped in the bolt last turn. And Eldrazi Displacer. Foothills, we can't fetch. What to do? What to do? Suppose we'll drop an Eidolon and pass the turn back. Eldrazi Displacer on that. Swings in with him, no blocks. Yeah, we're in a tough spot here. I think we're going to game 2. Yep, going into game 2, we're going to swap out a lot of stuff here. We're going to dump our Lava Spikes, 2 Rift Bolts, 1 Become Immense, 1 Shrine, and put in 2 Harsh Mentors, 3 Molten Rains, 1 Searing Blood, 1 Stirring Bridge, and 1 Smash Smithereens. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand's a bit land heavy, but there are good cards in it, so we will keep. No plays so far, we'll fetch, and we'll drop in Eidolon and pass the turn back. Opponent drops a Path, and there's a Vial. Back on our turn, let's drop in the Ferocidon and pass turn back to our opponent. And with Ferocidon out, we should have a lockdown unless they have another Path. Opponent passes back. Okay. What to do? What to do? I guess we'll swing in for 3. Another Path. All right. And we could drop in Molten Rain, but I think the better thing is the Ferocidon. Ferocidon hits, we'll fetch and pass the turn back. Sin Collector, that's good. And takes the Atarka's Command. Back on our turn, just to be safe, let's drop in the Rift Bolt so we can't double block. Swing in for 3. And we'll finish up with Molten Rain on the land. Pass the turn back. Scholar. Opponent passes back to us. Ooh, and Atarka. All right, let's swing in. Uh-oh. That's not good. So the numbers don't really work out that nicely, so we're kind of losing here, but we'll swap creatures. Opponent goes to 5. Hits us for 1. Pass turn back. We hit a land. Pass turn back to our opponent. Opponent swings for 1. Monastery. Do we drop it? Could be risky. I guess we'll go for it. Swing for 1. No blocks. All right, cool. Opponent passes back. Ferocidon will drop him out and swing in for 1. Opponent's at 3. Pass the turn. And they concede. All right, on to game 3. Going to game 3, I'm going to put in more Revelries because I don't want to have to deal with Vial, so we'll swap out 2 more Rift Bolts. And with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand looks pretty good to use against this deck, so we'll keep. And a Molten Rain. Cool. Start things off with Monastery. Swing in for 1. Opponent drops the Arbiter. It's fine. And then Atarka. Wow, our hand's really good. Searing Blaze. Swing in for 2. Opponent drops Thalia. And another Searing Blaze. Okay. So we'll Searing Blaze Thalia. Swing in for 2. And the Tide Hollow. They saw our hand. There's like, screw this. That's pretty funny. Well, wasn't that fun. On to the next one. Opening hand looks alright. We'll keep. Opponent drops the Visions. We'll throw in a Goblin Guide. And it looks like we're up against Storm. Man, there really aren't that many 3-colored decks floating around in the competitive leagues. Makes it really hard for us to win. Drop in Monastery, and we'll go ahead and bolt this guy. And swing for 4. And pass turn back. Strategic planning. We pull another land, but we're going to do an ass load this turn with the Lava Spikes and with Monastery. Putting our opponent down to 1. And pass the turn back. Can they get out of this? Oh, come on. I'm thinking it's going to be like a mild Grape Shot, like going to Grape Shot our creatures. Manamorphose, Baral, Desperate Ritual, and yep, it's a mild Grape Shot. Well, with our opponent at 1, all we need is a Bolt. Come on. Oh my gosh, these lands. All right, pass the turn back. Opponent drops Sleight of Hand. Ritual, pass in Flames. See how far they can get. Gifts. I'm pretty sure they got us. I mean, they'd have to misplay at this point to lose. And does it matter what we do? I don't think so, because you can just flashback this. And I think we're just going to go to game 2. They got us. Bummer that we had them at 1 life, though. Going to game 2, I'm going to get rid of 1 Ferocidon, 1 Become Immense, 1 Shrine to put in 3 Relics. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand has a Relic, we'll keep. And that should do it. It's really hard for Storm to win with Relic out. Visions. Back on our turn, we'll drop an Eidolon and pass turn back. No plays from our opponent. Second Eidolon. Ooh, and he bolts this one. All right. Drop in this one and pass turn back. Opponent passes back. We'll swing in for 2 and attempt Atarka's Command and pass back. All right, pull a Goblin Guide. We'll drop a Goblin Guide in. Swing in for 4. Opponent goes 8, passes turn back. And opponent drops Gifts Ungiven. We'll have to put in the graveyard. Grape Shot for sure. I'm not really sure if it matters what else we do. Echoing Truth isn't that bad. We'll put Desperate Ritual in. Opponent fires off Echoing Truth. Ritual. Another Ritual. Another Ritual. Manamorphose. Thought Scour? Sure. Sleight of Hand. Another Ritual. And a Grape Shot for 9. We go to 5. Opponent passes back. At the end of their turn, we'll use Lightning Bolt. And then our turn, we'll use Atarka's Command, and that will do it. On to game 3. No changes in the sideboard. Opening hand sucks ass, but we do have a Relic, so we'll keep. Wow, now it really does suck ass. Drop in Relic, pass the turn. Electromancer. We'll go ahead, drop in Searing Blaze, and pass the turn back. Thought Scour. Drop in Goblin Guide. Swing in for 2. And we'll Lava Spike our opponent. Pass the turn. Manamorphose, Sleight of Hand, another Manamorphose, Sleight of Hand, and opponent passes back to us. Nice, we pull Atarka's Command, swing in, drop in Atarka, opponent goes to 6, pass the turn back, opponent passes back to us, we know he has Lightning Bolt, so no point in attacking. Pass the turn back. Opponent drops gifts. Ooh, what to take here? Don't want him having empty the Warrens, and if he has one out, he kind of has both, so let's get rid of the Manamorphose. Pass the turn back. Opponent drops Sprawl. Desperate Ritual. Again, another Gifts Ungiven. We'll go ahead, drop an Empty the Warrens and Grape Shot into the graveyard. Pass in Flames. In response, we'll use Relic. Ooh. Now let's see how far they can get with that. Another Pass in Flames. And it just keeps on going. Opponent Lightning Bolts. And passes back. Rift Bolt. Do we hit Baral? I don't think we have to worry about Baral. And we also know that he has an Electromancer in hand. So we go ahead, bolt our opponent directly. And pass the turn back. Electromancer. Opponent swings in for 1. That might be their winning strategy, just to swing on the ground. We pull an Eidolon. Drop an Eidolon. Pass the turn back. Opponent swings in for 2, no blocks. Uses Pass in Flames. Bolts the Eidolon. Visions. I mean, they're at 1 life just like before. Let's see if we actually pull it off. We pull it off. Hell yeah. Wait. No. Hell no. Alright, pass back to our opponent. They got one more shot at this. Visions, Ritual. Looks like they're gonna use Pass in Flames again. Yep. Opponent drops Grape Shot. We go to 6. Opponent swings in for 3. We gotta pull a win now. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I don't know. That was, I don't even know if that's like incredible or incredibly pathetic. Twice in a row, we get him down to 1, and it's just like, why couldn't he just have fetches or something? Oh my gosh. Oh well. Opening hand looks good. We'll keep. Ooh, interesting. Swinging with Goblin Guide while we can. Back in Arshan, we'll swing in for 2. Suspend both Rift Bolts and pass the turn back. We gotta watch out for that on top. Opponent drops this. Gets Hexproof. Okay. So I guess the Rift Bolts are targeting us. So we'll drop a Monastery. Lava Spike ourselves so we can get this +1/+1. And swing for 4. Pass the turn back. Strange that they haven't put in the Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, Lava Spike ourselves. Swing in for 4. Opponent's a 7. Pass the turn. They do have Ensnaring Bridge, right? I mean, I saw it coming up, right? I don't know. Well, there it is. There's Ensnaring Bridge. And I don't think we win at this point. He has us locked down pretty hard. So let's go to game 2 and put us both out of our misery. Going into game 2, I'm gonna get rid of 4 Stinging Blazes, 4 Rift Bolts, 2 Ferocidons, put in 4 Destructive, 2 Harsh Mentors, 1 Smash Smithereens, and 3 Molten Rains. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep, drop in Monastery, swing in, and our opponent dumps his hand. And to make sure our opponent stays blind, we'll go ahead and use Destructive Revelry, which will probably sack, but whatever. Yep. Swing in for 2. Will we see an Ensnaring Bridge? No, but Collective Brutality. Ouch. Okay. Ancient Stirrings. And we'll go ahead, drop in Ferocidon, and pass the turn back. Opponent drops Needle, naming Bloodstained Mire. Sure. Cool. Alright, swing in. Drop Tarkus Command. Opponent's a 10, we'll Lava Spike him. Opponent's a 7, pass the turn back. Oh, and life gain. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. And Destructive Revelry, except the Welding Jars there. We'll swing in for 3. Opponent goes to 4, pass the turn. Opponent sacks. Pulling Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, that's fine. Opponent drops Ensnaring Bridge. We'll attempt to kill it. They regenerate, but they still take the 2. Pass the turn back. Opponent goes to 1 and drop Leyline. So basically there's only one card we can really do that I can think of, which is a Tarkus Command, or I guess Eidolon as well, or Harsh Mentor. There's a couple cards, but it's a narrow window, and if he hits a Lantern, then we're in trouble. Oh, there's also that. Hell yeah. On to game 3. Going into game 3, I'm gonna get rid of 1 Lava Spike, 1 Become Immense, put in 2 more Ferocidons because I forgot that land has life gain on it, so we'll do that and go to game 3. Opening hand's not good enough, we'll mull. Yeah, this could work. Keep that on top. Opponent drops Leyline. Sure. Drop in Monastery. Swing in for 1. Oh, come on. No Collective Brutality. Ugh. Fine. It's weird they didn't do the last one though. It's suspicious. Took the Revelry. Opponent pass back to us. We'll drop in Swift Sphere. Swing in for 1 and pass the turn back. Inquisition, Hobag, takes the Molten Rain, drops that. Another Monastery, drop that in. Swing for 2, pass the turn back. Welding Jar and a Tarka. Alright, swing in, drop in a Tarka. Opponent's at 7, passes back to us. Alright, swing in for 2. Opponent goes to 5, drop in Eidolon. I think that will do it. Pass the turn back. So I'm not sure how they can play around that. And there's a concede. Alright, it was a very strange match because that's how it goes with Lantern Control. But I was really hoping we were going to pull this card here. That would be super cool against Lantern Control. It's like every time they activate something, it deals 2 damage to them. It's like their whole deck. But anyway, on to the next one. Opening hand looks really good. We'll keep it. And I'm guessing this is Taxes. Drop in Goblin Guide and swing in for 2. Opponent swings for 1 and paths our guy now. Alright, well that's convenient. Back on our turn, we'll Lava Spike our opponent, drop in Eidolon, and pass the turn. Ooh, that guy's pretty good. Well, I guess we'll just have to work around it. We'll Lava Spike our opponent, and pass the turn back. Opponent turns Mutavault into a creature, and swings in, sure. We'll go ahead, block the Thraben, and then fetch to drop a Searing Blaze, killing Mutavault, and then a Lightning Bolt. We go to 6. Darn, it has to be a land, right? Ugh. Alright, pass the turn back. Opponent swings in. We have no choice but to block the big guy. We go to 4. They draw, hit one of our lands, and we'll go ahead, use a Tarka, and just hope we can hit a bolt. Wow. Alright, going to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm going to get rid of the Shrine, the Become Immense, 3 Lava Spikes, and put in 1 Searing Blood, 1 Ensnaring Bridge, 1 Smash Smithereens, 2 Harsh Mentors, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep, drop in Monastery, and swing for 1. Come on, Vile. Ah, more lands. We'll drop this in, pass his turn back. Leonin Arbiter will fetch now, and we'll finish his turn by bolting our opponent. Ooh, and Searing Bridge. Alright, we'll drop in the Frostodon, and pass his turn back. This is really good against him, and if he happens to have Core Firewalker, which I'm sure he does somewhere, he won't be able to gain life, so that's good. We'll just hope he doesn't path it. Opponent drops in the Flicker Wisp, Flicker's our guy. Back on our turn, we hit a Searing Blaze. Might as well kill the Flicker, and swing in for 3. Pass the turn back. This hoe. The good news is that when he attacks, he gets a token, and that will trigger this. Ooh, that's a bad misplay, right? Because now I can't double block unless he has path. Alright. Ooh, and we got a Tarka. That's really good. We'll swing in. Will he try to block up? Yeah. I've seen so many people do this. Like, so many people. Like, I think at least 4 people today in, like, the practice warm-ups. They just can't understand. Like, it says menace. Like, you can't single block it. If 4 damage is dealt, we use a Tarkus command. Opponent's at 1, so, oh, okay. Going to game 3. Ferocidon doing work. Only change I'm going to make is I'm going to get rid of 1 Lava Spike to put in 1 Revelry in case he hits Vile. And with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand's pretty good. We'll keep it. Just gotta hope we pull another Ferocidon. Opponent drops a Vile, and we'll go ahead, drop in Monastery. Swing in. Opponent drops Thalia, and we're in a bit of a tight spot. I want to drop in Eidolon, but they have Vile. So I guess we'll drop in Monastery. Could swing with both. That's pretty risky. I guess we'll just play it safe and hold back. So we won't attack this turn. Pass back. Opponent drops in Blade Splicer. And so far, so good. I assume they have Arbiter, so we don't want to do that. We kind of need to kill Thalia. So we'll go ahead, do that now. Hopefully they don't have a second Thalia. And pass the turn back. Opponent swings in, no blocks. Back on our turn. We'll swing with both of them, and we have both of these guys in hand. Come on, drop in Flicker Wisp so I can bolt this. Restoration Angel. Ooh, this is a bit risky, but I'm going to go for the Searing Blood on the Blade Splicer. If they have Flicker Wisp, though, that will be a problem. Come on, come on, come on. No. You, Hobag, you. Come on, block, block, block. All right, sure, we'll use the Tarkus command. So now we got 2, 4, 5s. Opponent's at 6, so it really depends on what we draw next. Pass the turn. And it's so hard when they're one color, because then it's like they don't take damage from fetches and shocks. So it's like I have to kill them 1.5 times. It's so frustrating. Opponent hits our land and hits their own land. Opponent swings in for 9. Drops in Sarah Avenger. They're at 5. How do we get out of this? Not with that. Nope, we can't. Shoot. Well, we lose this one, but it was a close one. Last one, we'll see how it goes. Opening hand looks alright. We'll keep. And it looks like we're up against the mirror. Pull an Eidolon. We'll drop in Copperland Gorge. Pass the turn back. Opponent drops in Monastery and Lava Spike. And then we'll go ahead, bolt the Monastery. We go to 13. And luckily we pull a Searing Blaze. We'll pass the turn back. Opponent swings in. But before damage is dealt, we'll use Searing Blaze. Back on our turn, we'll drop in Goblin Guide. Swing in, and we'll attempt to use the Tarkus command. Opponent goes to 7, and also fires off their Tarkus command. Pass the turn. Opponent passes back, we use Lava Spike. Swing in for 2. We could try Become Immense, or we can drop in Eidolon. I think Eidolon's the way to go. Could almost do both, but drop in Eidolon, and that should lock him down. Yep, we're going to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm going to get rid of the Shrine and 4 Eidolons, put in a Searing Blood, Harsh Mentor, and 3 Molten Rains. The 3 Molten Rains is kind of a twist, but it could give us an edge over our opponent, because the Eidolons don't really do that much, because it hurts both of us equally. I mean, it's slightly better for us, but if we're on the play, it's really good, but if we're on the draw, not so much. So we'll get rid of that, and go to game 2. 1 land hand, but the hand's pretty good. 3 bolts. I guess we'll keep. Opponent drops Goblin Guide, and we have a Goblin Guide. I suppose, what do we do? I suppose we can just drop in Goblin Guide as a blocker, but we just need to buy some time. Opponent drops in Monastery, bolts the guide. Still no second land. Alright, pass the turn back. Opponent swings with both. Oh, finally a land. And we'll bolt Monastery. Uh-oh. Tarka? Yep. We're 1 bolt away. Pass the turn back, but I think he's got us. I guess we'll bolt Monastery now. Pass back. Yep, that'll do it. On to game 3. Going into game 3, I'm going to get rid of the Harsh Mentor, put back in 1 Eidolon now that we're on the play. And with that, let's go to game 3. Opening hand's alright, I suppose. We'll keep. Suspend Rift Bolt and pass the turn. And we'll go ahead, drop an Eidolon, pass the turn back. Core Firewalker. Ooh, good thing we got the Ferocidon. 2 of them, actually. Cool. And pass the turn back. Let's see how he responds to this. He's probably going to bolt it, right? I mean, he kind of has to deal with it. Yep. And no attacks from our opponent. And we'll drop in a second one. Oh, will we see another bolt? Yep. Pass the turn back. Opponent drops in Monastery. And no attacks from our opponent. What to do? What to do? I suppose we'll Lava Spike our opponent and pass the turn back. Kind of looking for that Lightning Helix. Opponent swings in with Core Firewalker. No blocks. In a tough spot here, I think we're going to have to pass back to us and be very careful how we play this out. And now we'll respond by... Ooh, they'll be at 1 though. So let's say do a Tarka. Yeah, shit, I think they have us in a bind here. Let's let it go through. But now here's the catch. Let's swing in. And no blocks. That was the right play. Shoot. And if we do anything, Eidolon kills us. So, crap. We lose this one. Oh, well. So, in conclusion, even if the second tournament didn't go as well as the first, I still believe that Ferocidon is viable in modern burn decks. And while the deck does have its flaws, it is comforting to know that the deck does have an answer for life gain. But that's all for now. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what videos you want to see next. And I hope you have a great day.